So at a cabinet meeting earlier this week, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz went out of his way to praise his boss, Trump, on his first 100 days in office. Watch the clip.
Mr. President, the last 4 years, the world experienced a total lack of zero leadership under Biden, and then we've had 100 days of your leadership with respect, with strength. It's an honor to serve you in this administration, and I think the world is far better, far safer for it.
Thank you very much.
And it looks like all that praise paid off because he was just nominated for a nice, cushy, prestigious gig as UN ambassador. Okay, I wonder how Elise Stefanik is taking the news since she was pulled from the running. Trump posted that Secretary of State Marco Rubio will serve double duty temporarily as National Security Advisor until he appoints a permanent replacement for Waltz. Is this a good move, or is he just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic?
I have some thoughts on this. I know Mike Waltz a little bit. Well, there are things we certainly disagree on. He served our country in uniform. He has 4 Bronze Stars. He's somebody who is very hawkish on foreign policy. He's been very tough and consistent on Russia, tough and consistent on Iran. And I suspect that this is a bit of a consolation prize. Now, the UN ambassador is a cushy job. You get a $15 million apartment in Manhattan.
It's a really nice apartment.
But it's really nice.
A rental.
Yeah,
No,
you're in it. You get to live in it.
The U.S. owns it. Floor-to-ceiling glass.
So you get to live in it.
Yeah, it's
but
nice.
it is more of a spokesperson role. You give speeches, you vote how the president tells you to. He's being taken out of a role that steps from the Oval Office, the NSA's office in the West Wing, that is the single coordinator of all of the national security apparatus. And I suspect this may be because there's an internal battle in Trump world between the hawks and more of the doves who want to be more conciliatory toward Russia, who want to have negotiations with Iran. And he is a hawk. And he's somebody that some folks in MAGA have had their knives out for, and they've wanted him out of the building. So this worries me a little. I think he'll be perfectly fine at the UN. I think he will get Senate confirmed, but I'll be keeping my eye on who they bring in as national security.
I think this is weird. I think the whole way that it played out, I think it's weird. He was on Fox News earlier in the morning yesterday, and then all of a sudden, I asked National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and then all of a sudden the announcement comes out. Then the spokesperson for the State Department is giving a press conference, and she finds out from the journalists in the room that Marco Rubio had just been appointed, in addition to being Secretary of State and head of USAID, which he already is, as interim National Security Advisor. I think that when Trump started reading the reaction to his getting rid of Mike Waltz as National Security Advisor as a consequence for Signalgate. And people asking, well, why Waltz and why not Hegseth? I think when, Trump never wants to capitulate. He never wants to admit he made a mistake. He never wants there to be consequences. I think that when he read those, the way the people were reading his decision, he said, you know what? Wait, we're not going to do that. Let's make him, I've got this open job. Let's make him UN ambassador. And you know what? I'll tell you another thing. Watch this entire NSA thing with Marco Rubio, because I have this suspicion, I've had it for a while, that Trump would really like Witkoff, who is his lifelong friend, another billionaire who he respects and who he's been sending all over the world as his special envoy. I don't know if at some point that Witkoff guy doesn't end up as Secretary of State. And maybe Marco ends up at the NSA.
I don't think this was a result of Signalgate. I think that the public would have liked some.
About President Donald Trump, who appointed Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor, who came out and was appreciating Donald Trump for his 100 days that he has been in office. How magnificent President Donald Trump. You've been a wonderful boss to me. You've been very awesome. You've been wonderful. I'm working with you now. I've quit. Everywhere is secured. You make life very easy for me. You make my job very doable. President Donald Trump, I just want to thank you. I appreciate you. You're the man of the day. You were just saying all those good things. So you are the best president that America have ever had. You're the one that want to change the heart of the people. You're taking us to another level. The country can never remain the same with you. You're so wonderful. You're so proud. All those things that will make the president's head to be big. And the women in the view say that actually that really pay off. Because let's see what President Trump did after that. You know, Trump, he must tweet. He said, I'm pleased to announce that I'll be nominating my work to be the next United States ambassador to the United Nations. So they changed his position from the National Security Advisor. Now he's been nominated to be the next United States ambassador to the United Nations. So the women in the views that all those praising, shouting, congratulating Trump, say Trump is a wonderful person, President Donald Trump, we love you. It pays off because they say from his time in uniform on the battlefield in Congress and as my national security advisor, my work has worked hard to put on nation interest first. So Donald Trump to come and praise him as he has put the nation first. He will not put anything. He has not been biased. He stands for his job. He always defend the country anyway. He stands for the nation first. So he cannot play with what they call my work. I know he will do the same in his new role. In his new role, he will put the nation first. He's not going to put himself first. So President Donald Trump trusts him very well. In the interim, Secretary of State Marco Rubio will serve as National Security Advisor. The women in the view cannot understand the same. Oh, this is not right because there are many other people who can handle this. Why will you give it to one person? They say, why continue his strong leadership at the State Department? Why will you give it to him? Why don't you just give it to that person? So the women in the views say they don't understand this one. Why continue together? We continue to fight tirelessly to make America the world safe again. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So the women in the views could not understand that, and they all have their own different opinion given to this. What do you think? Do you think that America is the most safe place since after Donald Trump came in? Or do you think that not? Because looking at what they are saying, a lot of immigrants have gone away. Immigrants that help to build houses. So a house now is about to, the rate is changing. A lot of immigrants who like those fruits, the farmers, they have run away. You see how many that were deported from the other side the other day that were caught in Georgia. Almost 400 people went back to Asian country. Were caught in one job at the same time. So what do you say about all this? Is America a safe place? What do you say? What do you say about, do you accept the opinion about what the women in the views are saying? Let me see your opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and share my video.